Size for 2.8. In this drawing, we'll be going over hidden geometry and subtractive elements. So we have our plan view, front elevation, and our side elevation provided. The plan view drawing is going to go into the depth of objects and heights. Our front elevation is going to go into the window opening and the door opening, and plan view is going to show the depth of those openings. So we have all that right there. And then this dashed line on each of the plan and front elevation is going to correspond to the information that we'll draw on our side elevation. Alright, let's start getting into our drawing. First, let's draw an entire block out of this object. So we'll align the right side to the ground line, just draw a line straight down. And from here, we're going to draw the total height of the object. So we have 1.5 inches, so we'll measure that. Bring that over. Put it right on that line we just drew, and we'll draw the top horizontal line for the top of our object. Next, we're going to rotate our horizontal projecting angles at 60 degrees. So we'll draw one line from the base, from the top of our side elevation, and the top left of our plan view. Now what I want to do now is get the measurement of the side elevation. I'll get that right here. And I'll take that, and I'll draw it at 60 degrees. I'll start at my base, and from the base, on the back side, I will draw my vertical line coming straight up to the top of my side elevation. And I'll carry that line straight over across to the left projecting line along my plan view. I'll just erase as I go, clean it up, erase anything that I don't need. Next, we'll draw the change in elevation along the front elevation first, and so we'll just add this dimension here. So that 1/2 inch line, we'll just apply it right onto that line we aligned down from that plan view into our front elevation. And along the front elevation, I'm going to draw a horizontal line from right to left. So I have that elevation change, which is visible now. And on the plan view, I'm going to draw a 60-degree horizontal line just to draw that edge. And I'll draw one on the lower plane as well. And I don't really need to measure here because we're working in parallel projection. I can just go from the top line of my plan view and drop a line down. It will align, and where those two lines intersect, I will find the rear side of my plan view. Let's darken this line up over here and erase everything I do not need anymore. That way we can kind of see everything pretty clear, and we can continue. Next, I want to draw the elements on the front elevation, so this window and the garage opening. So what I'll do is bring lines straight down into my front elevation from each side of those dashed lines. So from my window, left and right, my door, and I'm going to go from the edge over here where it aligns on my front elevation. I won't follow the plan view for this one. I want to grab a height from the ground to the bottom of the window and the full height of the window. We'll also notice that the full height of the window is also the same height of the garage opening, so we're going to measure once. So I'm going to come across, and I'll add that line over there for my garage opening, and then my window opening, that's still height, add that. Next, I'll just darken all of my lines that I'm keeping, just so I know what stays and what is going to go later. Just erasing as I go, cleaning up my drawing. And I'm going to just darken this edge over here, create a darker line. Next, I'm going to add the depth of my openings. So the depth of my window and the depth of my garage along that front face. So the first thing I'll do, just like I did with any of my side planes, is I will project lines into the depth of the drawing at 60 degrees. All right. And then now I'll go back and I will measure those distances. So 1/4 of an inch for the opening of the window. I'll just place that where it needs to go. And I'll add my vertical right at the vertical edge of the back. That lets me know that this window only goes so far, and then I'm going to add my horizontal line that's parallel with our picture plane. Now I'll do the same thing with the second opening. Grab that depth. And I'll apply it to my projecting horizontal. And I'll just repeat the same steps I did for my window opening. All right, now that I have my front elevation all done, I have my depth completed. Now I'm going to start drawing my side elevation. I'm going to just darken this line just because I'm keeping it. And I'm going to start to draw my C shape, so I'm going to get the heights on that outer edge, on that back edge. So it's 1/4 of an inch from the base and from the top. So from those measurements, I'm going to project horizontals back towards the front of the drawing for now. And I'll grab the measurements next. So just lightly drawing my lines. I'm actually going to draw this after. I'm going to get the length of my horizontals right now. So I'm going to get this line here. So measure 1, and since it's parallel, I just need to measure one of these lines. I can get both of them with this. So apply that measurement to either of these projecting horizontals, the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter, it's up to you. You'll get the same answer. And then from the edge of that line, we'll just project a vertical line straight up. And let's darken that projecting horizontal on top. All right, so we're almost done. We just need to find the depth of this opening. So what we'll do is we'll measure in that plan view, we can measure from the front elevation, 1/4 of an inch. So we'll draw a horizontal line parallel to our ground line. Grab the measurement. Look at that, spot on. And we'll add our vertical edge back here. And one last line, do not forget this line. It's the base of our wall, that projecting horizontal back there. We'll erase what we need. Don't need that. Let's erase this stuff. And it looks like we're good to go.